Most people, if they would tell the truth, will tell you they do not drink enough water, which is amazing. How else is the body supposed to function? We take a shower in water, a bath in water, but we don't think about what we're putting in our bodies and how it is impacting our cells. My guest tonight, Natalya Faust, she's from Port Orange in Florida. And not only did she decide to take a look at how water was impacting her physical body, but she decided to allow water to improve her financial picture as well. Natalia, thank you so much for joining us on Sisters of Wellness today.
Welcome and thank you so much for inviting me. I am honored to be here today.
So tell our audience a little about, we can hear that you have a that accent is not from South Florida.
Yes, I came in 2006 from actually Poland, but I come from Kazakhstan.
Ah, and so you're an engineer.
Yes, I've been raised in Poland as an engineer. I graduated university in Warsaw. But
You're breaking up a little bit, unfortunately. I
yeah,
hope.
I graduated. I got my engineering degree in Warsaw, Poland. Yes, you were asking where I'm from. I'm from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
And so coming to the United States, what were your plans? What were your thoughts, and how did engineering turn into water?
Well, it was like curved road always until I found the right path. Well, as an engineer, I came here and I worked for hotel and hotel industry, hospitality. That's how I started. Then I decided to change everything, and I became a mom. And I had a lot of big dreams. I wanted to join EPA, and when become mom for 10 years, stay home mom, I was drinking this amazing water, and I saw the opportunity in it.
So
So
you
yeah.
you 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 there are pictures that you show of you were a different size before you started drinking water, the way you drink water today. How has water impacted your body and your health?
Well, water is a solvent, and when it comes to our body, it cleanses. It cleanses the body. It cleanses. It's like mops out whole entire system, and basically that's how it's impacted my life. I released my toxins. I actually did today video uh, for my auditorium about water, and it was primarily like detoxification. It was about that detoxification, and this is so important to drink water, and the quality of water is very important, not just the purity but the quality.
So do you think people underestimate the power of water?
I think so. We look for the pill, we look for antioxidant, but you know by putting greatest antioxidants we still put that poison plastic bottled water, which is actually not healthy. It's acidic and has all the hormone disruptors, the poison. It comes into our body, and our body starts storing it in the fat cells to protect our organs, and we can't release it because we are so toxic.
Yeah, that's so sad because when we look at where we are today, especially with the pandemic, and then people who have pre-existing conditions are more likely to have not good outcomes with COVID or anything else, for that matter. And so when you say that, even when people think that they're drinking water, and if you're drinking out of a plastic bottle, there have been stories on the news about the plastic leaking into the water and that getting into our bodies.
Absolutely, it's so sad. And like, let's go back like maybe 10 years ago. Bottled water was only 18 billion, and from the last year 2021 it reached over 200 billion.
Bottled water?
Bottled water, yeah,
What?
almost 300 billion. Yes. bottled water industry, and it's growing. It's growing. The population is growing. The scarcity is growing. And I did research. This is the most popular business right now to start for small businesses or any businesses. Clean water is very popular and very profitable. Very profitable.
So people are becoming more aware, I guess, that they need to drink water, but then they're also paying attention to the quality of the water in the municipalities where they live, and they feel like bottled water is a better option.
Is it? Is it the well? The production processes is highly unregulated.
Mm.
Have only one person who oversees. They do not require to put anything on their labels. Like recently, we looked at the Deer Park bottled water. They put over there sunflower oil, sugar, and other different things that should not be in the water. You know, those names that I said, we know what that is, but there are chemicals that we even don't know what that means, and it's suddenly that's what we in our body.
And so when people are drinking bottled water, and still research shows that only about 22% of the population drinks anywhere close to the amount of water that we should be consuming. And so then even those are drinking water and we don't even think about it. People just go to the store and they grab bottled water and they don't think about this water. All water is not created equal.
Absolutely. I think they only talk about convenience. Convenience. Not a lot of people think what they actually drink. The hydration doesn't doesn't taste so good. Probably better coffee. Most of the people wake up put coffee. I think like this. I think that's what it is. Well, there are some health conscious consumers that they really passionate about water.
And so as you're doing your work with water and decided to start your own business, you are a distributor. What made you think that that was a good route for you to take? You came here, you're an engineer, and then you decided to start your own business. What made you do that?
Well, to be honest, I was a stay-home mom for 10 years. And let me tell you from the little part of the story, when I became stay-home mom, and it was very hard to live on one income. You know, I didn't have a family right here. My family is not in the United States. And I just had an opportunity because all our family and friends, they were requesting me. They were requesting that water they wanted the same health benefits what my husband achieved because it was obvious. Everybody saw the health benefits. And I'm not saying that this water is going to cure anybody. I'm also saying that it's impacting like, tremendously our nation, our sea world. And I saw the opportunity right away when friends and family started being interested. I saw opportunity right away. The company is rock solid. I love that this is the quality of product and the big history of the company.
And so what do you think the biggest misconception is for people when you start talking to them about quality water?
I don't think that people think about it. People think only about the toxins or like the most common toxins. Uh, the people only think about the purity, but not the quality. Nobody thinks about it. So there is not much on TV. Some people do research. We have a lot of studies, books, shows that show that water is not equal. It has energy. It has oxygen. That there is a reason why fish will go hypoxic if you put it in the deionized water, dead water. The fish will die.
Mm.
So this is tells a lot to me and to most of the people who understands that there is no oxygen, and we need oxygen. We need those precious minerals, not the pure water.
So, my guest is Natalya Faust, and she is informing us and educating us about the importance of drinking good quality water. And it seems so simple that water, how does water help your health? Because I think we're so accustomed to looking to something else that we overlook the simplicity of just drinking good quality water.
I absolutely agree. You said it very good, Pamela. It's so simple. I think it's like a huge paradigm shift.
Yeah, and
Uh,
so and also as we are people are trying to eat healthier, when people are trying to eat healthier and they're eating fruits and vegetables, what's the downside of what's happening with fruits and vegetables in our country?
well, I think most of the people actually, what is interesting, some people don't like certain vegetables, and I discovered, well, it's not always, but I discovered some people don't like the things that is on vegetables because it actually has taste like pesticides. Fungicides, insecticides. We love to buy produce. I remember in my country when we go to the store and the produce was not that pretty like it was on a picture on news in United States. So
It
we
wasn't that your food wasn't that pretty.
no, not that pretty. Absolutely, those apples, everything shiny. Look at that. Our apples were absolutely they were had bugs in it, you know, all kind of things. And yes, right now EPA allows 30% more pesticides to swallow on our food because all the bugs are resistant. They need more to paralyze them, you know.
And then, oh, it breaks my heart because we don't even think about that's what we're consuming. You know, for you to say that you have a nice shiny apple and it doesn't have any little holes in it where the worms are eating through it, and you think that's a good apple. I got some. I made kimchi this weekend, and I got some um, the lettuce from the farmer's market. And as I'm pulling away and I see the little holes, I know that there's a worm in there somewhere. And
Yeah.
I could have been freaked out about it, but I thought if the worm wants to eat this, then I'm going to eat it. So when we see the fruits and vegetables that don't have any worms on them, if the bugs don't want it, how is it impacting us? And then if we're not doing anything to help cleanse ourselves, what's our health forecast?
Yes, and like you know what I noticed, Pamela?
What's
A
that?
lot of my friends and I actually used to have digestive issues, like the gut flora. Everybody want to have now gut flora, leaky gut, everything, right?
Mhm.
You know, we try to take probiotics. We kind of overlook because we don't think about it. The pesticide and all the things that is on the produce, they have a good intention. You know, it's a good intention. The consumer wants it. We want to deliver, you know, for consumer. So the pesticides actually paralyze those little creatures. They paralyze them, and we consume these pesticides, and those pesticides paralyze our gut flora. This is it. This is it. To me, it was pretty simple. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it paralyzes gut flora, the small microbiome, and this is it. That makes sense to me. Big, huge sense.
Yeah. And so and then so we're eating this stuff that has all the stuff on it that the bugs don't even eat. And so if the bugs don't eat it because we all came from the same place, right?
Absolutely.
We're all from the dirt.
I agree with you.
And if the things that come from the dirt don't want what we're eating, and then we put it in our bodies, the impact is going to be negative. But if we're not doing anything to help it, it saddens me.
Yes, and that is not on news or something like this. This is not something, it's not profitable to talk about it. We're not talking about, you know, news doesn't say about the herbs, about the good things, about nature, about air. But, you know, this is very important. The body is self healing.
And when the body is put back in the state that it should be in, it can heal itself. It's very intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at swimming pools And if the water in the swimming pool, the pH balance is not right, then bacteria grows. So, what happens with the body when you put alkaline water in the body?
First of all, it actually balances pH in whole entire body. When we consume alkaline water, we help our body, we support our body, because um, I would say about the water that we're talking about, it's not just alkaline water. It is made by electricity, through electricity. It's shattered, it's separated molecules. Molecules are different structures, so that's why it's able to penetrate our cells. It's a specific absorption, different absorption. That's why we can see a lot of people are dehydrated, even they drink water. When people come to the hospital, the first thing they say at the hospital that you are dehydrated, and they put them under IV. They have to hydrate them.
Yeah.
Do it automatically. If you just put on news, it says 75% of people are dehydrated. And we do not believe that, because I drink the water. I drink gallon of water. I buy good water. And if you see right now, this is like I mentioned in the beginning, that it's very profitable. It's number one industry right now to start business. And so
To
people,
start a water business?
yes, everybody want to alkaline. Everybody want alkaline water, but nobody understands the really what is behind the scene alkaline. Nobody understands that. Even doctors. I mean, I take a hat for doctors because they study it a lot, but nobody would teach them hydration. This is a different. There is actually, you can study molecular hydration. Those people understand. This is huge science, and doctor, dentist, or any kind of gut dentist, he will not study the subject. They don't understand that.
So, you lost weight after you started drinking this water.
I did lost weight, and my
And
husband.
you know what? Believe it or not, I had a lady tell me that um, one of her friends in another town, uh, that's how she kept her weight under control, just by drinking water. Because it is said that if you drink half of your body weight in ounces of water every day, you will lose weight. But you're also doing such an incredible thing for your cells, for your hair, for your skin. We have the skin industry, we have the hair industry, and none of them tell you to drink water.
Yes, Pamela, you know what? You remind me one subject. When I went to hairdresser, and I have a consultation, and she explains me that there is also hydration with hair. So you don't
Right.
this one. You need to hydrate this hair. If you want to have good hair, you have to hydrate. So when you go to wash your hair, you have to keep them a little bit longer in the water, and then start washing them and rinsing them more times, so they even understand. But the subject is really massive about hydration. you,
Yeah, and
you drink.
as you said, as you said, it's not. You're not going to see this on the news. I even asked a doctor once about lowering your blood pressure because somebody said drinking water will help lower your blood pressure. So I asked a doctor about it, and he said yes. He said it's liquid in your body, and it helps everything work better. It helps your vascular system work better for the blood to flow through your body. I said, well, do you tell your patients to drink more water? And his response was very shocking. He said, I don't write prescriptions for water.
And shoot, and they do actually. Have you heard of it?
Doctors are now writing prescriptions for water.
They've been writing 50 years ago in Japan.
Oh, in Japan, they write
In
prescriptions for
Japan,
water.
absolutely, prescription to drink water.
Yeah,
And
not here.
I know doctors here that we work with doctors, and our doctor do not prescribe it, but they recommend. They recommend hydration. They recommend switch their fluids from sodas, and they see amazing results. Just
Well,
drinking regular water, it's impacts our health. Just you know, start thinking about our health, be more mindful. Juice, a lot of people think that when they drink juice or tea or coffee and they hydrating, or Sprite, they not.
Yeah, I know that there are people who feel like when I get up in the morning, I have to have my cup of coffee and it feels so good going down. Well, more times than not, your body is just craving some liquid, some hydration because it's dehydrated during the course of the night. When we're breathing, there's moisture coming out of our breath, there's moisture coming out of our pores. And so if you would start your day with a glass of water, then do your coffee, you would be surprised that your body would go, oh, to a glass of water, just like it does with coffee.
Yes,
Now, you may still need your coffee,
absolutely, absolutely. You need to take your body.
but at
This
least if you start with water.
absolutely. I will tell you, like subject of, like, compare me.
Hmm.
I stayed home mom and I breastfed my children almost 7 years.
Hmm.
In this process, I changed my water. When I was feeding my nurturing my second child,
Hmm.
and I was drinking plastic bottled water and from the refrigerator filter. I had next to my head at night 6 bottles. I'm not saying that I was drinking 6 bottles, but it would happen if I would need to. And when I was waking up, I was very hungry. Well, we understand that when mother is feeding child, we lose some calories. But let me tell you, when I switched my water, I was still breastfeeding after that 2 more years.
Oh,
And
really?
I noticed the difference. I noticed the difference. And I was very obsessed, I would say, in this, because I had problems to having milk. And I joined La Leche Club, and those ladies helped me a lot. And I actually recommend everybody who is thinking about they need to join, they need to support themselves, they need to find a support system, which very helped me. I would probably quit if not them, because I seriously didn't have milk. Well, they say we don't have milk, but I felt the difference. This is my huge, because I fed my child 2 more years.
But before you were not making, your body was not producing enough milk.
Not producing, absolutely. With my first child, yeah, I absolutely struggled. It was not producing milk. The second child, but see, I got this amazing water, so it helped me a lot. And I didn't say about the bottles that I had on with me in bed. I switched to 2, 3 bottles, from 6 to 3 bottles. I switched. So I was drinking less. I was even drinking less at night. And
Mm.
I experienced hydration. I experienced hydration because I was not that hungry in the beginning of the day.
Mm.
Before, before when I was on plastic bottled water, I was extremely hungry in the morning, extremely hungry.
Yeah. And even as we're talking tonight with Natalya Faust, who is working to make sure that water is in the hands of everybody who wants to help take care of their health, but also helping her family financially by being in the business of teaching people about the impact of water on their health with the simplicity of drinking water. Yeah, I've been drinking alkaline water probably for close to 20 years now. So I'm 60 years old. And I even look at myself and go, 60? That's 10 years from 70. But drinking water makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah.
We need to drink water. And we need to do everything, we have different aspects of life. We have to eat, we have to exercise, we have to eat fruits and vegetables, we have to meditate, we have to have balance. But the 75% cannot be neglected. 75% of the body cannot be mistreated, and we overlook.
70%, 75% of the body is being overlooked. And
Honest.
that's water because the body is 75% water. And so many times, We're hearing stories about anxiety and depression as we're in this pandemic, stress that was a global epidemic even before. But many people don't even know that the brain is sitting in water, in fluid. And then when we're not putting the appropriate amount of water in the body, it is said that dehydration is a contributing factor to depression.
Pamela,
Yeah?
I actually was listening to doctor at the Brain Institute, and they have 6 different modalities for treating their patients, and they regulate intake at their hospital of their patients. Yes, this is one of the 6 modalities for brain injured people, for born with brain injuries, any kind of brain injury. So this is institute, and I saw documentary that they literally showed this room. They do have medication. They have different sound, light therapy, everything. And one of this huge, when they implemented this water, they actually noticed almost 35% of increase. How to say, better
Improvement?
improvement. Yes, 35%. That I was, it was very, would say it was very interesting to me. So there
Yeah.
on everybody's like patients, they had their supplements next to each name, and they had the water, all this. Yeah.
And I know that there are people who say, what do you say to people who say, I just don't like the taste of water?
I actually, I don't know. Do I hear that a lot? Yes, we were talking today about the taste of the water. Yes, 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 yes. There is a taste that water doesn't taste good for people. That's why they come up with this all sodas and flavored waters, because nobody likes the hydration. We need to put something in it. I think we just spoiled ourselves too.
Mm-mm. We're spoiled and think that it's supposed to taste like something.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia, the simplicity of drinking water and the impact that it has on the cells in our bodies, because we wouldn't think of taking a bath in a flavored drink,
Yeah.
but we regularly bathe ourselves in a flavored drink.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, if this was a, a video with somebody shaking their butt and being inappropriately dressed, we would have a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
It is unfortunate that people are not as concerned about their health, yet, as soon as something goes wrong, they want somebody to cure them. When your health is really in your hands, what's on your plate and what's in the cup that you're drinking. Would you agree with that? So, so in this industry, is it that they're selling alkaline water, bottled alkaline water?
I've heard probably like 4 years ago, it was on Bloomberg. Alkaline water is on Bloomberg. Yes. It's
So, what's the difference in the bottled alkaline water and then having a machine to make your own alkaline water?
first of all, to make alkaline water, you do not add things. You do not chemicalize water. The alkaline water that is sold in bottles is just how to say, it's just water with some added chemicals that balances pH, which is actually accumulates in the body, and body does not know what to do with this. And as we were talking in the beginning about the storage of toxins, it can actually end up in your kidney. It can clog up arteries, glaucoma. Body just confused and doesn't know what to do with these minerals.
Mhm. But you've lost weight, your husband has lost weight, Your children are healthier. How old are your children?
My oldest is 10 and youngest is 6 years old. And I can assure you, I can tell you that I notice the difference. And probably many moms will notice difference when children are dehydrated. They are not thinking properly. They have tantrums when they are dehydrated because dehydration, like you said, also about that it affects our brain. Our brain is in water, right, Pamela? You said that.
Hmm.
So brain
Hmm.
in water, and when we don't have water, it has stress. It's in stress and a huge stress. It depletes our it takes from other organs water, and that's how people become sick because our brain is a priority.
Natalia, thank you very much for the work that you're doing. As we have said throughout this show, the simplicity of drinking water gets overlooked, and we just don't have an appreciation for, you said 75% of the body is water, yet we pay the least amount of attention to how we're replenishing that water. I really appreciate you taking time to join us tonight on Sisters of Wellness.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, this subject is very good subject. We should think about it. We should think about health. We should think about help others. We should think about the nature, about the animals. We should think about people that we take from indigenous people water just to get with marketing, like marketing. They sell the water. They show you that this is beautiful water. This is Fiji water, but this water is not Fiji anymore. Nobody thinks about it. There is so many research of city of Cleveland. They particularly did study on Fiji water. It's open to public. So we
Hmm.
don't think about it. We don't think about the people, not animals, about the environment, nothing. Just have this convenient choice.
Well, Natalia, I mean, if you think about it, most people aren't thinking about themselves.
Sadly, truth.
Yeah, they're not thinking about. Yeah, and I was as I was reading the other day, I saw that only 5% of Americans actually do 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. Is that not unreal? Only 5%.
You think it's five? I didn't see the study. Um, well, how can we think about ourselves if we in this constant stress? We don't live in the now. We live in the future or in the past. So how
Mm.
time and think what is actually good right now? Because I have to think what I'm gonna put on the table for my children tomorrow. So I have to do that. So I don't have time to go and exercise. And specifically, I don't have any passion for water. Whatever I have right now, I appreciate it. Thanks God. Thank God for I have. So that's
Well, again, I appreciate what you're doing and thank you for sharing. And
so much for having me today.
yeah, I want to encourage. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I also enjoyed this very close to my heart, this topic.
Yeah, thank you. And for all of you who are watching, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and Facebook, share. And I just, this, our health and wellness, it really is in our hands. And we have to be very conscientious about the quality of this life that we're going to live. There's a scripture that says a man is appointed as we're going to die. Eventually, we're going to die. I don't remember the exact quote. A man is appointed once to live and to die, or something like that. But that's the reality. We are going to die.
Mm.
But the key is, what is the quality of life that you're going to have while you're here? And if drinking good quality water will help in that picture, your health picture, man, that's pretty simple.
Mhm.
Seems like it. Get your glass of water. Start your day,
Yeah.
drink throughout the day, and enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Pamela Marshall at the Wellness Radio TV and at the Wellness Radio TV podcast. Remember, there is healing